I think Greg Abbott's going to pull it off in November? Absolutely. And anyone who is considering not voting for him or voting for Beto because Abbott's not conservative enough, you are not looking at the big picture.
Okay, because what's the big picture? Because I don't really want to vote.
Why would you not vote?
Okay. Why would I not vote?
Yeah.
Let's see. We didn't ban vaccine mandates. You had 3 special sessions. You didn't ban these vaccine mandates. The border is literally being flooded, and you're doing nothing other than once in a tweeting and going on Fox News once in a while. You're not even talking to Tucker. You're talking to Sean Hannity, who endorsed Dr. Oz instead of Kathy Barnett, who actually wanted to fight, who actually wants to fight this globalist agenda that's happening.
So you're focused on Abbott.
Well, but you're the governor, right? There's still all this CRT garbage that's being taught in schools on a left and right basis. Kids are still wearing in Austin and certain other big cities had to wear masks for 70% of the school year. 70% of the school year when you had a conservative legislative body and you didn't do anything. And the only reason that we didn't even do a vaccine mandate in Austin or any of these big cities is because Abbott was up for re-election, so he wasn't going to let that slide. But once Abbott gets re-elected, you think Abbott's really going to fight back all that much when COVID happened and he opened the bars for a month? All it took is a little bit of pressure from a few mayors and governors and the media hounding him. Maybe, for him to just change course like that. Unless you're I don't know, doing some stuff with little kids that nobody knows about, or doing some weird shit that people can blackmail you for. There's no reason for you to. Why would I want to have a backpedaling conservative? I just.
Why would you not vote in general, though?
Well, I didn't say I wouldn't vote. I just don't think I don't know that I'd vote for Abbott.
Okay, gotcha. Because you have, Paxton's on the ballot too.
I might vote for Paxton.
You don't tell me you might vote for Paxton. You tell me you will.
Okay, I probably will. Considering what he's up against and the fact that he's at least putting on a show to he's trying to do something.
He is the hero we don't deserve.
What?
In Texas.
They threw me out. That they threw me out of City Hall before the mask stuff got lifted in Austin for not wearing a mask to go inside. And I videotaped it and I showed it to the governor's office, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we can't really do much of anything. We're still tied up in the courts." And I'm like, you could have called a legislative session and pressured the governor and done a whole bunch of things with your power and ability to fix this.
Yeah.
And you didn't. And then Dan Patrick. Sorry if I'm ranting.
That's okay.
I'm kind of a cheap date. We had
Continue.
some drinks earlier.
Not a date.
Well, it's metaphorical. Both of us are pretty. She's married. I'm serious.
Yeah.
We're putting it in quotes. Anyway, Dan Patrick didn't want to go to the NRA meeting after the Uvalde shooting. Why would I want to vote for a conservative that has no spine?
But what did Dan Patrick do as the president of the Senate, the state Senate?
You tell me.
The state Senate is far more conservative and passed all the conservative legislation. It died in the House.
Can you share?
Well, I mean, things the CRT bill that might have had more teeth that went to the House, it lost teeth.
But why did it lose? There's still a big majority of conservatives there's a big enough majority to pass this stuff, right?
Well, if you want you need a super majority, so at least 100 to pass things and get stuff done.
It's a majority to pass any bills?
No, not to pass any bills. You can have you can have just a simple majority, but super majority gets things done in the immediate sense. There's 150 House reps. I think that there's maybe 83 Republicans. So, I mean, it's not a huge majority. So all you need is a couple of squishy Republicans to...
So there's 83 Republicans. How many reps are there in the House?
150. So it's just over half.
So it's 80 to 68 or something like that, or 83 to 67 or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's math.
That was impressive.
That's not even Common Core Bill Gates math. Until that happens, then it changes up. Then
we're going to do cubes. And
yeah, then it becomes 77 all or whatever. Some weird stuff happens. All right, but what's the amount of votes that you need to pass that?
I mean, you can have a simple majority pass things. That's not necessarily the issue. The issue is that all it takes, if you're 83-67, all it takes is a few to say no.
Cool. And has Greg Abbott, Dan Patrick, or Ken Paxton condemned any of these Republicans that said no?
Ken Paxton's been pretty outspoken. Dan Patrick's been outspoken, too, about the House Republicans.
Has he? Because I haven't heard a single thing on Twitter about any specific name of anybody that's, like, backpedaled and, like, been a rhino. I haven't heard any of that.
I don't know if you're going to get names called out.
Well, Donald Trump called names.
Here?
No, like, with the U.S. Senate while he was president. Like, you called out names. Like, why can't our state legislature, why can't the highest-ranking officials in our state government call out names?
Well, I'll say this. Donald Trump also endorsed our House Speaker.
With Dave Phelan? Mr. Like, let me tweet about sports and eat brisket all day. Yeah. And he also endorsed Abbott instead of Huffines. Mm-hmm. Yeah, who knows about Donald Trump? I like DeSantis better if you want my honest opinion.
I mean, I have absolutely zero against DeSantis so far. I think he's doing a really good job in Florida.
Yeah, our governor's like a low-rent version of fucking...
Well, I was going to say that what happens in Florida trickles down to Texas, and that's fine.
Like 5 months later. 5 months later in a watered-down version. Cool. That's nice.
Are you trying to get me elected or no?
No, I'm sorry.